Hey y'all, Crystal here, and trying to keep up with this whole video thing. As you see by the title, if I stick to the title that I am thinking in my mind, um, this is one successful routine that I'm setting up for my life so I can achieve great things. How are you glowing today? It is Sunday, March 11th. And I cannot believe we are almost in the middle of March already and it just started. It's like my birthday came and went so fast. But this is something that I am giving myself a gift of. I just turned 31 on March 5th. But this is a gift that I'm giving myself for my 31st year. Yes, I have made this attempt plenty of times. And it's all up to me and how my mindset works and how I do things. That you going to get my phone? Okay. Thank God for children, right? But so I want to talk about how I am getting rid of bad habits and creating successful routines using my passion planner. My kids are like being super loud right now. I'm gonna have to close this door. And they're downstairs and they're super loud. Okay, so I am back after like an hour. But anyway, I was saying that, see, now my lighting, my perfect natural light that I usually use is not that great anymore right now. But bear with me, people. It's all good. So I just got to move over a little bit so I don't be getting all that light over there. But you guys will get some couch action over here. Yes. Okay, so first off, discipline is everything, because I'm going to talk about how I'm using my passion planners and a happy planner to get over some bad habits and create routines, and then talk about some mobile apps that I use, I guess, or just what I'm doing in general. I'm just going to let it flow. So here's the deal. My struggle has always been procrastination, and I've always had a problem committing to things. But, I've really been getting a lot of revelation, and I decided to start a no spend challenge, like just out of the blue yesterday, Saturday. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to spend any money for the week. And I was going to start today and I spent money today, but I'm going to start tomorrow. And then I'm like, how can I start this week? So I would say a no spend challenge, unless it's necessities, something that you really absolutely have to have. So for instance, for me, I'm going to Georgia this week, so I have to get gas, and then I don't have a washer and a dryer. So there's a possibility I'm going to have to go to the laundromat to wash clothes for the week. But so as far as I know, there's only one bill that has to be paid this week, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, just spending on unnecessary stuff. So for me, I think it would be like, I am an impulse spender, and I'm not afraid to say that. So I'm an impulse spender, and I feel like I find myself looking for Michael's coupons. And if I'm in the area and I'm going to go drive around on Michael's, I find myself looking for a coupon, and I'll go in there and buy something. Like I just did that on Saturday or Friday. I just did that. And so I told myself, and this is, like, to be completely honest, this is tax season. So this is the time where I find myself not to just spend, but we always have times during tax season where we just want to throw big chunks of money on stuff and catch up bills. That's not bad. But then there's also these times where there's little things like we want to go out to eat, we want to take the kids here, we want to do this, we want to buy this, buy that. So I realized that I've been spending a lot the past week. Not only because it's tax season, but I do this even when my husband gets paid and just want to go buy little things, or, oh, I need this, oh, I need that. And I really don't, because when I decided to do a no spend challenge, I sat down and I thought about it. I was like, I have everything that I need. And the challenge would be to not spend, but be resourceful. So it's not the fact of just not spending any unnecessary money, but be resourceful. So if there's something that you do need, tap into your resources and use your creativity and your mindset to figure out how you can get this whatever for free. So say for instance how I said I need to go wash clothes tomorrow. I'm about to call my sister-in-law and ask her, can I come wash clothes? Or I call my sister. My sister stays in Orlando, which is like 30 minutes away. And I'm thinking like, I need to go visit her anyway. So I probably could call her and be like, hey girl, I'm coming over. Say hey, and I'm going to come wash my clothes while I'm over there. Or I could just wait until, I don't know, take this little small little clothes with me when I go to Georgia where my husband is and let him wash them. Just being resourceful, you know, like to not spend money. And I feel like I just washed clothes, but it was actually last Wednesday. But now I find myself wanting to go wash this small load that I have because I'm going to go out of town Tuesday or Wednesday. So I want to kind of get everything done and packed before I go. So little things like that, like even say for instance, like iced coffee, lattes. Don't buy any lattes this week. Make it at home. Buying the kids chips, buying food, chicken nuggets and all that stuff. Because a lot of our money goes on food for sure. Or I'll have these impulse buys. And just, I don't know. Yes. Come here, Ari. So anyway, cutting the bad habits. So being completely honest, I have this habit of procrastinating and I struggle with discipline and I struggle with commitment. But I do find when I do get in the place to commit to something and discipline myself, I do very well. It's just that it doesn't last long. So I don't have a problem starting. It's just making it long lasting is my problem. And over the past few weeks, my struggle has definitely been, my daughter is going to come and she's shirtless. Sorry, y'all. Over the past few weeks, especially as we transition from Florida to Georgia, it has definitely been a struggle for me. And I really realized how important having a plan is and how important having routines in place is and how important it is to plan out your day. No, we don't need to clip your toenails. Can you get out the camera? Because you're going to be a distraction. Mama trying to talk. You going to come sit down and write? Come write. So I really realize how unorganized I am. And it's not good for myself or my children because they're not used to routines. And I'm realizing how much of a struggle it really is to not have routines in place for my kids because they just get up and expect the day to go how it's going to go. And I realize that is because my mom, my 4-year-old would get up and ask me, Mom, where we going? What we doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I would rather hear them say like, Mom, thank you. I'd rather hear them say, Mom, what day is it? And if I say Tuesday, they say, oh, we're doing this. Today's library day. Today's this, day, that. So it starts with me. And I want to get my kids in routine. So when we do, like, okay, so for instance, we traveled to Georgia not the past week, but the week before. And we were there. How's your cup getting here? We were there for a week and like 2 days. And not only was my son out of his routine of being in school, my girls, my 4-year-old especially, but can you stop? But the infants can get used to routine too. But I didn't have a routine in place for them. So I just feel like routines should go wherever you go. And it was just a mess. So like every day we woke up and it was just like, what are we doing today? Like we had no plans, nothing. So the day just went by. And I'm not going to say we threw the day away, but it could have been way more productive. That trip could have been way more productive. And that's just a struggle. And, you get to the point where you're tired of struggling. And when it starts to, you see the effects happening on your family, like including my husband, it bothers me. So I just got to get my life together. And it's all about commitment and discipline. And this is also a self-care thing. So if you love yourself and you want a different life, you have to plant different seeds to get a different harvest. And I talk about this. I love planners and all that stuff. But my problem is I buy them, impulse buys, because I'm always looking for coupons to go buy a coupon, to go buy a planner or do this or to buy some stickers just to have it for decoration and not use it. And then I had another excuse when I started to talk about my passion planner. I have, passion planners are hourly, like the hourly layout. And at first, I used to look at the hours on the planner, and it was such a struggle for me because I'm like, oh my God, because I'm not used to routine and planning out my time and managing my time effectively, looking at this blank page of hours, if you can see that, like just looking at this blank page of hours would overwhelm me because I'm just like, yes, why do you have to write on my notes? Looking at this blank page of hours would overwhelm me. So then that was another excuse for me to procrastinate and not commit and not discipline myself. So I am challenging myself this week to get rid of that bad habit of procrastination. Like I have to start somewhere. And another thing I realized that I would do is like I try to Another thing I realized I would do is I would try to throw so many new things in at one time, and I can't do that. I have to like start with something very small. Thank you. I would have to start with something very small and then go from there. So if I try to do these big outrageous things, like try to do 5 new things in one day, my mind is like, and I can't handle that. So that's another level of awareness. Because believe me, Mom, what you do is going to carry over to your children. So if you're not organized and if you're not in order and if you're not disciplined, if you're not committed, your children are not going to learn that. And especially when you have a husband that doesn't do that, it's not a good thing. So yes, creating successful routines. So I will talk about my planners. So I have a small passion planner, and this is going to be my personal plan. I see. This is going to be my personal planner that I use for like family, kids routines, appointments, just writing in dates. Like I want to have dates with my son, like a date 1 day a week with my son, a family day, date night with my husband, the money check-in date, which will go with my budget planner, morning routines and night routines for myself and my children, whatever weekly routines. Like I'm going to start applying different routines one by one. But yes, that's what I'm going to do, like appointments, reminders. I will probably write bills in this personal planner as well. So that's what this is the undated passion planner. So this is from, okay, so like this. Excuse the scribble, y'all, because my 1-year-old got a hold of it. But say, for instance, I'm a very visual person, so even this made looking at this hourly version even better. To decorate it after watching thousands of, okay, thank you, but Mama talking, okay? After watching thousands of videos and looking at different people, okay, Ari, okay. After looking at different ideas on Instagram and Pinterest, I finally just broke myself down. It was like, okay, Crystal, you have to do this a way that works for you. But I still got some ideas from other people. So this is like the personal. I don't have a lot written in because this was the week before I went to Georgia for a week and we were just out of routine. But it helped a little bit to make it look pretty and write some things and use stickers and stuff like that. And then I skipped 2 weeks because I didn't have, because I didn't have a routine in place. You know, I should have planned for that week that we were in Georgia and I didn't, so it's blank. And this can throw life off. Then I went to Michael's while I was in Georgia, impulse buying, and tried to plan out my week. And, you know, I don't know. It was fun because this is also a time where I can do something that I like. So I kind of took some time and decorated and stuff like that. So now I'm on this week, which starts today. So I probably should have showed you guys how I did it written in, but my challenge is to stick to this for the whole week. And if it's not in the planner, it doesn't happen. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on that. I'm supposed to go to Georgia Wednesday, so I guess I'll show a picture afterwards of how I wrote everything in to show how it looks after. I don't know. This is pretty plain compared to this page. But the more visuals, the better it is for me. So as time goes along, like I'll have more and more, you know, the more you get used to it. But it takes for me to make this a routine for it to look better. So this is going to be my personal planner. Like I said, I just rambled on. I'm trying to make this video short. But personal work, I'm going to write in appointments and meetings with people, phone calls, to-do lists, what this week's focus is, which will be to stick to the plan pretty much. And that's what I use this one for. I also have in the front like this thing I found on Pinterest where I color code things. So thank you. Like just different color codes. I found that on Pinterest, so I'm gonna try to implement that as well. So yes, and I bought these almost a year ago. I actually bought these April 2017. And like I said, it just took so much for me to use these. So I'm glad it was undated because I could go in and write the dates and just catch up where I left off. So personal planner. The next one is, I think they call this one the classic size passion planner. You can't write on this and you can't write on that. Thanks to my kids for decorating this. No. Thanks to my kids for decorating this, my classic planner, but this one I'm going to use for business. So I am a It Works distributor. I also have a corporation that I'm trying to build, a business, plus my blogging, and I want to get back to writing so I can publish some books this year. So this is all the income producing things: work, business, whatever else, meetings, team calls, planning strategies, research. This is what I use this for, and this is the business planner, the bigger one. So I use the front page to write notes and color code things. And what else? You can't rip that off. So this is, I'm sorry y'all, but this is what I use this one for. So just looking at a week that I actually wrote out, stuff falling out. But yeah, nothing much written in. And this is this week's design, which is still pretty plain, but at least it's not blank. And I'm actually going to go write everything in once I'm done with this. So yes, I decided to use two planners because I'm another person that I don't like putting everything together per se. I just feel like all my business stuff should be in one planner, all personal stuff should be in one planner. So just in case I have to reference something, like my husband needs to reference something, I can tell him to get the small passion planner and look in there for personal stuff or something. I also use, talking about money, which I'll probably do a whole nother talk on this one, but this is the Happy Planner. This is the Happy Planner Mini Budget Planner. And I'm going to be using this. This is another thing that I need to stick to get my finances in order. Writing out goals to pay off debt. Writing out all bill dates, everything that needs to be paid, expenses. So this is how it looked like, the monthly budget. And then just writing out bill dates, and then it looks like a regular planner. So this is what I'll be using when me and my husband have our weekly money nights and talk about goals and the vision of the family financially. Ma'am, it's good. This will be for monthly things. I didn't want to get the big one, so I just decided to have the little one. Plan out money meetings, money goals, where we want to see our money at, how much income. This is like the manifestation type of thing, because I don't like being broke. So if you can show God that you can manage the little, he will bless you with more. So I have 3 planners to be exact. This is the personal, for personal stuff, the big Passion Planner Classic for business, and the Make It Happen Mini Budget Habit Planner. I also use different pens to color code. So I have the Papermate pens for color coding. And that's my life right now. Like, the goal is just to get organized. Like, see this? This is what fell out. The classic Passion Planner. Notes everywhere. And I just need to get organized. So this is how I'm going to cut all of my bad habits of procrastinating and not disciplining myself and not committing, and just challenge myself to do it, because it all starts with mindset. We know that. And my faith and believing in myself, and that I can do this, and that I can change my life. I can change the story of my life, and my life does not have to be the same. And you can do the same. So I am sorry that there is so much distractions in this video. My baby, people calling me, stuff like that. But I had to get it done because this is the start of my week, and I wanted to go ahead and get this out there, as well as talking about my no spend challenge. So this is the week that I test myself. March, I see as the month of manifestation. And I always look at the month of March as, you know, it being a new year of my life. What am I going to change? And I can change anything. It's just up to me to stick to it. That's all it is. It's just up to me to stick to what I'm trying to do, and be willing to be patient and put in the work to see the fruit of my labors. But it takes time, and I have to remember that too. I have to kill the habit of wanting to quit so early. Procrastination, like I said, I don't give myself time to see how things are working out for me. So that is it. I will be checking back in with you guys maybe in a day or two, but I am going to be journaling this situation and just getting my levels of awareness up about it. And I'll keep you guys updated. So what do you do to break habits and be successful in life? As a mom, as a wife, like, I want to know what you do. Because this is also about being resourceful. And there was a question that just popped in my mind, and I was like, oh my God, like, am I being resourceful for my children? So what resources do I have to give to them? You know, like, that's the question. And if I can't manage my time properly, if I don't know how to commit, if I don't know how to be disciplined on things, not saying I can't pass it on, because my kids can pick that habit up, that good habit up on their own. But I don't want to pass on procrastination or lack of commitment or lack of discipline or quitting. Like, I don't want to pass that on to them. So I would rather them see me sacrifice and struggle just to live a better life, versus me just sitting around and being complacent and not doing anything. So that's the challenge, and I'm doing it not just for me, for my children because they watch everything that we do. So enough talking for me. Remember to glow. Remember to affirm yourself. If you use Passion Planner or Happy Planner, any planner to create routines, share your routines with me over on my Instagram page. I am at the Mommy Glow Up, and also my no spend challenge I'll be posting about should be up by the time you're watching this video on my Fearless Money Inc. page, a new brand that I'm building that has a great story behind it. My story of being broke and, you know, trying to do things fearlessly to get out of poverty and stuff like that. So you can follow me there. So remember to glow, remember to affirm yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup, Mom, and you have to do things in order to be able to make yourself available for your children in as much capacity as possible. So I am out, and I will see you guys.